Now we're stuck in silence, no more trust to break. Thoughts are best unspoken anyway. I'm so tired of fighting. I fear I lost my faith. Is there something left for us to say? Over and over we tried. Is it too late to carry on? Maybe the trust is too far gone. Don't wanna throw it all away, but we gotta find just a better way to put our defenses to the ground. I'm not gonna go another round. Who can love in the light of fire among these trenches and barbed wire? Babe, we gotta put the past away. I don't wanna leave if you wanna stay. There's a love that keeps us going on. Is it too late to carry on? Maybe the trust is too far gone. Don't wanna throw it all away, but we gotta find just a better way to put our defenses to the ground. I'm not gonna go another round. Who can love in the light of fire among these trenches and barbed
It's been you all along, but I've been too caught up to see it, baby. We can have it all if I just could get myself together. I'm not wasting another minute. If it goes up in flames, I'll take the pain. If I never try to get it, I can just forget it. I'm done playing the waiting game. I'm so done. I'm all done playing the waiting game. Baby, like the stars, I've been a million miles away, but you've been in my heart, somewhere down all this time hidden away. I'm not wasting another minute. If it goes up in flames, I'll take the pain. If I never try to get it, I can just forget it. I'm done playing the waiting game. I'm so done. I'm all done playing the waiting game. Don't wanna spend one night without your love. Don't wanna miss one fight. So listen, girl. I'm not wasting another minute. If it goes up in flames, I'll take the pain. If I never try to get it, I can just forget it. I'm done playing the waiting game. I'm so